Eleme Vogreni.
Yes? Don't worry, I have put a... it's difficult.
Some way I can help? Oh my word! Yes, I can! When we get back home, I'll experiment with this and see what can be done. Hold on to it until then, and we can use it. Of course. Ask away. Always. Oh, yes. I do need to do more research on the actual interlocking plate mechanics, especially with the rune grafting and the explosive powder infusion. But it's really all rather complicated. In fact, I hope I don't get the pots confused, or else the whole keep will go poof! Oh well, live and learn, I suppose. Of course. Ask away. Always ready with answers, yes indeed. The Wendersnaven? What about them? Think? Oh no, I certainly found one. It's quite the instrument, lovingly crafted with a clear tone. Yes, I know it may seem that way, but that is only one of the many wonders of the Wenda Kazoo. I love it so.
Great! What's wrong now?
It is as if all the dead of the mare walk, my lord. There are miles of them.
Then we shall make a road of their bodies.
The enemy comes! They are men who have died once, and they will die again! We are more than their match. They know nothing of courage, of honor. They have no loved ones they fight for. And that is why they will fall before our swords, our spears, for the gods are with us. Brothers, sisters all, standing side by side against death. Know that all of Neverwinter stands behind you. Let us remind them of death and send them back to the hells. To battle! The Nine! To me!
Lord Nasher! Let us fight to him. See if we can rescue him. The Nine, to me! Men of Neverwinter, Lord Nasher is wounded. Everyone to Crossroad Keep. We will make our last stand there.
The men here call you Knight Captain.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, there you are. Pardon me, but I was wondering if you happened to see Ammon Jero about? I had some questions for him regarding the King of Shadows, and he seems to be rather elusive.
Looking for Jerro? Old Tattoo Face left the keep a while ago. Thought you'd finally told him to shove off, Captain.
If he's gone, so what? I can track him if you want. Personally, I think we should let him go or kill him. But that's just my copper on the matter.
Yes.
Get in line. Follow me.
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Come to sift through the ashes, Ammon Jero.
Corroborus.
I stayed my hand until you could see this ruin for yourself. This pain is something that I cannot inflict upon you in Beator. Here is where she played in her youth. There is where she slept. And in your sanctuary is where her body now lies, grave and tomb.
If you have come for retribution, you are a fool.
That you would think I would allow you to remain unpunished for my imprisonment, that is foolish. Perhaps in your cowardly burrow you commanded power, but not here.
You should have enjoyed your freedom while you could. You know I'm more than a match for you.
Your skill in the craft is sufficient to give me pause. True, but I have learned from my mistakes while you are still making them, I think. You.
What are you doing here?
This one was present at her death as well. All loose ends tied together at once. I thank you for these gifts, Ammon. You will have company as you burn in the hells.
I don't recall asking you to come with me. I won't bother asking how you knew I was here. You always seem to be underfoot, interfering with everything. True. I had not thought to be ambushed here, but it is the nature of the lower plains to harbor grudges once humiliated. In any event, to waste time trading words with you is not why I came here. You're mistaken, of course. No, there is something I placed here long ago that may be of use in our war now. Is it all it means to me? Yes. I never knew this place. Never knew my niece until you brought her to me. So should I feel something as I look at this place? I think not. It is a burnt ruin, and I've seen many of these strewn with corpses. Some caused by me, but many more caused by the King of Shadows. So it affects me little. That is because I know there will be hundreds, thousands, countless more unless the King of Shadows is stopped. And he must be stopped if people are to live. Ah, and so you pass judgment on me yet again. Do you realize how you sound, or are you deaf to it? As you condemn my actions, perhaps you should ask yourself how well you knew her. Really knew her. Indeed. Because from all that I have heard, you are constantly placing her in danger, and you knew very little about her at all. So your preaching is not only irritating me, it is a hypocrisy I commonly observe in the Neverwinter nobility, Captain. Very well, I am listening. That was a great deal more than I thought. She could have remained here and been safe, but yet she followed you. Why? Still, despite what you have said, she is still the reason why I have to fight this war. Because no one else has the strength to do it, or is willing to make the choices that I can. I did what I had to do, always. They were hard decisions, but they had to be made by someone. And if no one would do it, I would. And before you judge me for my crimes, perhaps you should look back. The trail of dead behind you is long indeed, hero of Neverwinter. Ask yourself truly, if everything you have done has been done because you believe it was right. And then ask yourself if, because of it, the innocent have suffered. Yet your actions? Would you change them if you had to do them over? I did what I had to do, always. Always. The King of Shadows must be stopped. There is no middle ground in this. To save Neverwinter, of course. They didn't move fast enough, see the threat for what it was, so I acted. You're right. I won't argue it with you anymore. I will not condemn all I have done, but there are times I have acted rashly, and innocents have paid the price. It is pride, and it is arrogance, and I do wish I had known Shandra, even for a short while. I had thought her lost in the war, you know, and in the end, she was. I am sorry, Shandra. Wherever you walk now, forgive me. It seems the land has answered me. This looks to be a pendant of some sort. No, I have found what I was looking for. What is it?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Lej mig vår gren. Lej mig vår gren.
A moment of your time, Captain. Your orders to patrol the surrounding lands has attracted the attention of a former bailiff named Ziffer.
Well met, Captain, well met. Your Kana here is right. I've been looking to start a small village, and what you've done here, well, I think the land will flourish with you in charge. If you ask me, you've got more sense than many a lord, so
Ziffer wants us to sign a village charter allowing him to start a community here. You are a knight, and this is your land, so the decision is yours. I fear I am not the best equipped to answer that. But
a charter determines what duty is owed by the village folk and what duty is owed by the lord. If you were a lord, duties owed by you is what I mean. Regardless, you get to carry out the lord's tax, and we get your protection. I wouldn't have even come here if you hadn't made clear that you mean to make your lands a better place.
Ziffer's accounting is correct, Captain. There are, Captain. Outside the keep's borders, bandits, beasts, and monsters wait. Villages offer tempting targets for some of them, and we'll need to continue our patrols to make sure they remain safe.
We're sort of counting on that, Captain. If things get too rough. Most of us are farmers, although a few of us have some training with weapons and the like. If it gets too rough, they'll move to safer land, even if it's less fertile than the patch we're looking at. Certainly, Captain, certainly! Aye, and that he does, but we're just starting. We have no fields plowed and no crops to sell at market.
If we sign this, it will be months before we see tithes from them. They will be larger in sum, however.
I see your point, Captain. People say you are brave. I think they should mention your wisdom more often, too. We'll change to agree to the Lord's tax schedule.
The only thing remaining, Captain, is whether you'll sign their charter and allow the village to form on our lands.
Ah, you won't regret this, Captain. If any of your patrols are near the village, they can expect a warm welcome, and you too.
The keep has already come a long way. We need to patrol the land regularly to keep the village secure. Especially right now. Otherwise, they'll leave.
Yes?
Yes? Is there something you wish of me?
What is your will? What is your will? That is not known to me. If this one, Jerro, has done what the Reaver said, then without him the rest of the ritual of purification is useless. The part of the ritual he performed can never be done again. He is the only one who can help us against the King of Shadows. What is not known to me is the motivations of Jerro in this war. As much as the ritual is incomplete for us, it is incomplete for him. From one act, he has bred many questions. That is my belief. Without him, then we are lost.
Yes? I have allied myself with many of the lower planes throughout my life, and yes, we have had dealings before. Through him, I was able to achieve my goals and learn mysteries long sought lost, especially those concerning the Sword of Gith. I see little harm in telling you now. I think there is some measure of trust between us, and if the blade is lost again, then you may need to seek the same sources as I. The lower planes have watched since evil existed, and since before Gith led her rebellion against the Mind Flayers. And when Gith had achieved victory, it is known she went to the lower planes to seek allies, and did not return. Yes, and one such set of eyes, a Beatazu prince known as the Still Lord, sees much indeed. He lies imprisoned in the lower planes, and he can do little more than watch from his cage. And so I sought him, and he was able to reveal to me the location of the blade. There was a price, yes, but it was a price I was willing to pay, and it was little more than I had already paid for the service of my other infernal allies. In fact, it is through the Still Lord that I gained the allegiance of Mephazum. For while the Still Lord may not move freely, Mephazum may. Perhaps. But defeating the King of Shadows was my goal, and I needed the blade. But that is all. With that knowledge, I was able to find the blade and carry on the war. No, Gith and her blade had become separated. Gith's fate remains a mystery to me, and I did not ask the Still Lord where she walks now. No doubt. Yes, I imagine the history books. The Jerro family was once part of the With little training, I was able to do spells well beyond my years, and well beyond any gain it. In my case, it did not take long. When one day you will be that is nevertheless, I displayed enough talent to be accepted by the Neverwinter court, to make my intentions plain. It was a position of convenience and opportunity. The position allowed me to obtain access to many of the secrets of the Neverwinter, as well as free access to the Academy libraries, their vaults, and the court records. Also, I thought that perhaps my position might give me a greater voice when attempting to convince others of threats that beset us. But that proved to be an ill-founded conclusion.